Got a report on Louisville.
I think they're ranked 16th in the country, something like that. I mean, they've had a lot of success, and they're really talented up front and on the edges. You know, their DNs are really fast, and they're really strong in the middle. I think they got one of their safeties 25. He's like 6'5". He's got a lot of good length, and they fly around. You know, you don't get ranked 16th in the country in total defense but they do. They play fast. They do a lot of fronts. So it'll be a challenge for sure.
Can you evaluate Dungy's effort with Florida State?
Oh, effort I think was great.
No,
I thought he played okay. You know, he didn't play great. It was fast. You know, I think that was the fastest game he's played. You know, the whole thing when you're a freshman, or really for all our freshmen, is just getting the game to slow down. Every time they play it, the game will slow down a little bit more. So it was moving fast. I thought he got better as it went, especially fourth quarter. He calmed down. But you know, I thought his decision making was decent, but you know, when you're playing a team that fast, things change. You know, what's open against other teams is not open against them. If a guy has a step on him, he's open, and that's good. It's a good opportunity. It's a good venue for a guy to be in to learn. You know, it'll slow down every time he's in that situation.
After you watched the film, did anything else come up that maybe you didn't realize right after the game that you saw from him?
Not really. You know, I didn't realize how good his run reads were. You know, I think he was 13 of 15 or something like that. I mean, he was off the charts there. Mm-hmm. You know, so he's on point. It showed in our run numbers. You know, he did a really good job pass-wise. His decisions were better than I thought. There were six plays that decisions in the pass game that some he hesitated on, some he missed. Some his eyes came down. The pocket was a lot tighter than it's been. It was still a decent pocket. It was just a lot smaller than it's been in weeks past. And he started scrambling a couple times that he shouldn't have had the ball in his hand. So, you know, those are the ones that frustrate him the most when we watch it on Sunday. And shoot, he was way better at it today.
Talk about the separation your receivers got or didn't get against Florida State.
Oh yeah, they're pretty good in the back end. Turns out they're pretty good. Yeah, they're long. You know, I thought our guys fought well and competed for the ball. And, you know, I thought we were able to run the ball. We got them into man coverage. And then it comes down to winning matchups. You know, I thought we won a couple, and our quarterback missed a couple. And I thought a couple times we had the chance to win, and we didn't. You know, and that's going to happen when you're playing a team like that. So, you know, I thought we got him to where we want him to, and you just got to make the plays. You know, I think we got Steve deep once. We missed him twice. We missed Irv twice down the field, Strickland twice down the field, and I think Briz twice down the field. You know, so we got him in you know, the part A of the game plan was working well, and the second part we just didn't execute well enough.
Can you sense a sense of urgency on your unit? Not a lot of margin for error, you know, in terms of bowl eligibility and that kind of thing.
You know, we don't really talk that way. You know, we just talk about the next one. You know, because if they're not 100% focused on beating Louisville, you know, I showed them on the board the other day. I said, you know, we got to continue to get better, and we talked about all the little things we need to do to get better. And then, you know, the challenge to them is, you know, the defenses we're going to face. It's 1, 5, 10, and 16. That's what's coming in the next 4 weeks. Number 1, number 5, number 10, and number 16. Total defense in the country right now. So there's going to be a great challenge for us, you know, to go against those guys. And obviously they've had a lot of success this far in, and I think they're excited about it. You know.
Nate wrote today that, you know, Syracuse can go 5-7 and still make a bowl. I mean, do you guys even think about
Is that possible? I can't read.
APR.
I'm kidding.
You guys probably know all this.
I don't.
Is that something you guys even think about, or?
No. I really, I mean, so much goes into each one. You know, every moment of every second, we're talking about, you know, how can we get an edge on Louisville? So to stop and think about what this will be 4, this will be 5, or, you know, we just missed this one or that one. You don't really ever have time to stop and think about it, because anytime we stop and think, I go home and play with the boys. You know, so it's so we don't really worry about that, just because every team I've ever been on, if we just continue focusing on the little things, you know, we had a really good day today at practice. There was a lot of energy. That's the only way to get there. You know, to not think big picture.
Are you guys like aware of that though? Like.
No.
No.
Nate is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Nate. I hope you're right. So yeah, you know, you never know. Never know.